Hey YouTube, what's going on? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're at 9,291. We're up 0.93%. It's 1:32 p.m. Eastern Time. It's November 4th, 2019. And what we're going to get into today, guys, is Bitcoin and XRP. Those are two we're going to look at here. But what I want to do is start out with Bitcoin on the 4-hour. And what I'm looking at is basically, is this going to be some type of a bull flag that's going to play out for us, and we're going to have another move up to an area of maybe even around that 12,500, or are we going to start breaking back down through this green trend line that we'll look at once we get out on the one-day chart and we really step back? So we're at some key levels right now, and I truly believe that the patient are going to be heavily rewarded if we can pay attention to this, whether it be to the upside or the downside, but we have to have a plan formed. I'm going to show you some of my alerts, some of my targets, and we're going to get into all this, guys. If you get something out of this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. The notification bell is going to help you the most. I try to get videos out almost every day to you. Typically, the only day I'm off is Sunday, and besides that, I'm trying to get as many videos as I can out as I learn this stuff and I read this stuff as well. I want to share it with as many people as I can. That's kind of my mission here, is to help educate myself, and as I learn, I want to take as many people as I can along with me. So guys, we're going to get into this, and also I'm going to leave my Robinhood link below just to let you know if you guys are looking for a free stock or a place to trade for free while you're learning all this stuff. I do micro trading on it, so I don't get tore up by fees, but if you sign up, you get a free stock, I get a free stock. Works out well for both of us. I appreciate you guys doing that, whoever wants to do it. So let's dig into this. All right, guys. So what we're going over in today's video, the one that I posted before this, if you haven't checked it out, I'll put it in the cards for us here. But check it out, and it's talking about a bull flag. And what we're looking at on the bull flag is this straight vertical pull, which we have. So that one we can check off the list. And then what it said is that you're going to have this consolidation that we're dealing with right now. And what typically happens is the volume will dry up during this consolidation. And what you're looking for is within 4 weeks to have that next move to the upside. Otherwise, it's going to be invalidated, and most likely you're going to be working to the downside. So do you see this consolidation that we're dealing with? We're still having higher lows here. So as of right now, this is a potential bull flag. And if this bull flag ends up playing out, I'm going to show you some of my targets here. So what we're going to do is basically take the mass. So that's this portion right here, and we're just going to do a real rough estimate, guys, and we'll actually go up to the wick here. So we'll just show what the potential target could be, and we'll just say we even go from where we're at now. So say at some point around this area, bring it down a little bit more here, we potentially could be up here around that $13,000 mark, $12,500 mark if this bull flag plays out. And guys, what's so nice about that is the percentage gains. A lot of people don't look at the percentage gains, and I think that's one of the most important things that you can see. So say we were to take off from where we're at now and we went up into those areas, you could be looking at 41%, 50% move to the upside if it is to break to the upside. And what the book I'm studying, the technical analysis book I'm studying, it talked about how it needs this consolidation that we're dealing with now needs to be less than 4 weeks, though. That's one of the most important things you can look at. So we're right in that time range right now to where we could have that next break to the upside. And the way that I would know that's coming is the candles getting very tight. And as those candles get tight, then you're going to be looking for that break. So that's what I'm paying attention to. My upside alert right now is at 9,540. My downside alert is going to be at 8,877 is what I'm looking at there. So after we look at that on the 4-hour, guys, I want to pull back to the 1 day with you. And what we see on the 1 day, this is important. So I want you to pay attention to this. We are still trading up above our 9 EMA, our 20 EMA, our 50 moving average, as well as our 200-day EMA. Now, we want to watch this here, this 50, coming close to this 200, because it could be a death cross down to the downside. But it's happened before where we've had one of these bull flags as a death cross is actually taking place, and we make another move to the upside. So it's something that I want to put on your radar and for you to watch, because it is important, but it doesn't mean that just because we had this death cross that we can't have one of these bull flags take place. So that's what I'm watching for right now, and that's why you see my targets are very tight, or my alarms are very tight right now, but we are trading up above all the moving averages. That's a good thing. Same deal, we have this big mass to volume here. Volume's drying up, so that's another good thing. A lot of times when you move to the downside, the volume will be irregular in this area. Guys, our RSI is also at 58. So right now I'm just looking at these targets. We had that beautiful bullish engulfing candle came in on big volume, and now I'm just looking to see if we do get that break to the upside here. Like I said, to the downside, 8,877. I want to be alerted, and I want to see what we're going to do with this green trend line. If we would back test this and then get a bounce off it, or if we just drop down through it and it starts acting as overhead resistance again, then that's going to be a very bad thing. So guys, that's what I want to put on your radar for Bitcoin. If you like that, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and we'll dig into XRP next. XRP's just really been flirting with this 29, guys. It's just been fighting back and forth, and what we were trying to do was change the trend. So we're in an intermediate term downtrend, and then what we had, how we went over in the other video, it was almost one of these diamond bottoms. Okay, so it's like two back-to-back symmetrical triangles that you deal with. Then eventually you typically have a break to the upside. It's a more bullish bottoming pattern, but you can still break to the downside. But it was one of those diamond patterns, and now what we're looking to see is if we can finally power up and get over this 200-day EMA, which we have not been up above since July 10th, 2019. In my opinion, that's significant because that's our long-term investors moving average. We need to get back up above it, and it's also correlating with this high here around that 31 cents. So guys, my opinion, right now you see this uptrend here where we kind of bottomed. We're in a short-term uptrend. We're trading up above this 50-day moving average, which is a good thing, and I want to see if it almost becomes like one of these ascending triangles where you'll have a flat top of resistance up here, and then we keep getting these higher lows until eventually we break to the upside. And if we break to the upside, first resistance, I'm going to look at 34 cents. Then I'm going to look up here around 40 cents. And then it's going to be around 48 cents. And I definitely believe we could break out of here heavy, especially like with the swell conference. I'm not saying that's going to do it again. We're getting close to it now. It's the 4th. So sometimes you'll actually have those moves happen a month in advance or 2 months in advance. But what I'm saying is it may spark a little something as well to get us out of this pattern, to have us break through this overhead resistance. So I'm keeping my eye on that. In terms of targets or alerts right now, guys, I want to put in an alert at 32 cents. And that's going to show an upside move. And then to the downside, I'm going to put it at about 26 cents here below our 50-day moving average. Because remember, we don't want to drop back below that 50-day moving average. When you look at a 50-day moving average, it is your intermediate term moving average. And it's important to know that, guys. So just to give you an example here, I have our 9 EMA, and that's going to be in orange. So that's my short-term moving average. When I'm doing short-term trading, any type of day trading, or just where you hold for like 2 to 10 days, I'm paying a lot of attention to the 9 EMA as well as the 20 EMA, which is going to be in purple there. And right now we're trading up above the 20, which is a good thing for XRP. So those are kind of your shorter term moving average, and then your 50 is going to be your intermediate term trend. That's what it's going to try to capture. And right now we're up above that. So that's what I'm saying. We're trying to turn the tide here of this being a short-term uptrend into an intermediate term trend, just like we saw over here. Now, a short-term trend from the book Candlestick Charting by Tina Logan, reference that. It basically says a short-term trend is going to be anywhere from 0 to 3 months. So that's more so your short-term. And then your intermediate term is going to be from 3 to 6 months. I've read other books that say from 3 to 12 months. And then your longer term, this book said from 6 months to a year to longer than that is going to be your long-term trend. And that's how we try to change these trends. You have to think about it as changing the tide, basically. We're going to start in the short term, we're going to move to the intermediate term, then we're going to try to get it in the longer term, right? Just like when you look at XRP back here, which, guys, this is a lot of manipulation and just pumping in by the whales, and then they ripped it right back out. But anytime you have that uptrend there, that real powerful uptrend, you're going to see us trading up above these moving averages. And it's going to be important for us to pay attention to that type of stuff, guys, because if we can capture these trends and we know what type of trend, as this would be our uptrend, which this one is, I mean, that's pretty ugly. We were almost flat for the longest time. Candles were real tight, and then we went up vertical. And whenever you go up vertical in anything, most likely it's going to crash right back down, and you'll see that a lot in like penny stocks. And that's kind of what, you know, some of the poop coins, it's like playing penny stocks, essentially. Some of them, yeah, can they go from 5 cents up to $3 and you make a killing? It can happen. But you have to know how to trade that, and you also have to be aware of, to say to yourself, I'm not going to hodl this when I see some going straight up. I'm going to take my profits. And guys, I want to teach you some things on this channel as well, things that I've learned from, because I've been in coins before. I've been in projects where I saw it going straight up and I was listening to the wrong people who were telling me hodl, 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 which now I'd look at that and laugh and I'd go, okay, you guys hodl your butt off. I'm going to take my profits and then I'm going to sit back with the money that I made and I'm going to buy them 10 times cheaper. And that just is what it is. You learn this stuff and you go from that dumb money to smart money. And, guys, I still have a ton to learn myself, but looking back now, I go, oh, man, I understand exactly what the pros were doing here, or what the market manipulators were thinking, and the whales. When I first got into this, I was just looking at it as an investor, and then once I started to see these things play out, you can protect yourself. And just to give you an example, just like this, looking at this, my eyes just caught this now. Do you see price, how it was rising here? And our RSI was actually going down. You can see that bearish divergence, and you can see these long wicks on top. And then we had right here a bearish engulfing candle. That would have told you to get the heck out of here. We broke down through the 50-day moving average as well. And if you would have just got out when we broke the 50-day moving average, take a look at this price range, guys. So this is what learning these things can save you. I'm trying to help save people money. I want to help save people money, so you don't make the mistakes that I've made in the past or other traders have made in the past. So guys, we would have went until we broke back up through it, and that's 30%. If you would have just sold here, rebought up here, that's 30% you could have saved yourself to the downside. That's a lot. At least from where I come from, that's a lot, and I want to save myself those things. So when I saw those things, I started to learn how to trade, because I'm like, I want to prevent myself from losing 90% in a coin that I thought was great. And, we go through a bear market and you lose 90%. So now we have to put these things into motion. And that's what I want to teach people here. RSI is at 53. We're starting to go down just a little bit here, but we're just really tight. We're just waiting for this break, guys, to see if we can break up to that target there, 32 for my alert, or down here around that 26. To the downside. But if you guys get something out of this, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. I want to teach people things as we continue to move through this space. I want to do it together. You guys are awesome, and just keep doing what you're doing. Keep grinding, keep working hard. Take care, guys. God bless each and every one of you.